Hey everyone, in this video, we'll be going through some tips on how you may improve on your formatting. Before you begin here, try to work on the previous 5 tips in the other video first. Once you are done with that, let's get right into pimping your formatting. Tip 1. In order to make your resume easy to read, remove all graphics, logos, or tables that you may have. Now these don't add much value to your resume and can confuse the software, especially as it is unlikely for them to be able to process the information within the graphics and tables. Furthermore, if you do pass the screening, the graphics and tables will confuse the hiring manager. With only 15 to 20 seconds of time, it is unlikely that he'll want to spend time deciphering your resume, and instead he'll just throw it into the trash pile and skip it altogether. Furthermore, the use of graphics has been commonly seen as being unprofessional. Unless of course you are applying to be a graphic designer, then by all means include it in your resume. Otherwise, for the large majority, do remove these. Tip 2. Use bullets instead of full paragraphs to describe your experiences. Not only does it make it easier for the human eye to read, but it also makes it easier for the screening programs to navigate through. For added finesse, you can also make sure to add a full stop at the end of every point. Tip 3. Stick to standard fonts like Arial, Courier, or Times New Roman. It is likely these screening programs are not programmed to read all kinds of fonts. So if you were to use some fancy font, you end up running the risk that your resume cannot be read and you will end up being rejected right out the box. For ease of reading by the hiring manager, also try to prevent going any smaller than font size 11. Tip 4. Don't use a whole chunk of colors. Now this usually doesn't affect the screening program, but remember, you're not here to paint the rainbow. When the hiring manager gets your resume in his hands, he needs to be able to read your resume quickly. Making it colorful will make it harder for him to adjust to your resume, especially if he has been looking at many other resumes in black and white. Should you really feel the need to use colors, please stick to just one extra color other than black. Nonetheless, I would prefer if you just stuck with black. Tip 5. Make sure to include your address in your resume. This helps make you look like a more legitimate applicant. Many of these programs may actually reject your resume if you don't have a proper postal code. In fact, locations can also be considered as keywords, as these companies may be looking to hire local candidates and will automatically sieve out all foreign applicants. Tip 5. Make sure all the information is not in the header or footer. In fact, there's no need for you to even have headers or footers. This has a tendency to confuse the screening programs, and hence try to include all the information that you actually need into the body of your resume. So, do the following formatting tips for your resume and you'll be good to go. In the next video, we'll be tying up some loose ends that you should keep in mind. I'll see you in the next video. Adios.